Hi, my name's Tristan, and I'm the host of the Gravel Cycling Australia podcast. I was born, raised, and continue to live, work, and ride my bike on the lands of the Wurundjeri and the Wadawurrung people. I acknowledge the Wurundjeri people as the traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast is recorded, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. The Gravel Cycling Australia podcast acknowledges that Aboriginal sovereignty has never been ceded. It always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
We had a great day yesterday. Great course, all kinds of terrain and wonderful entertainment along the way. A real experience. Annual event from now on.
Yeah, they definitely do well putting on that, or giving that rider experience that you don't get at a lot of other events, don't they?
Yeah, it's a real point of difference. Yeah, lovely.
Welcome to the Gravel Cycling Australia podcast. Gravel cycling in Australia is booming. From racing to bikepacking to simply getting off the beaten track and exploring the back roads and trails of our outstanding natural landscapes. This accessible subculture is all about community, adventure, and discovering or rediscovering the joy of life on two wheels. Join us as we celebrate Australia's gravel cycling scene and discover the locations, explore the events, and meet the people at the heart of the sport. This weekend, the Beechworth Granite Classic is back for 2025. This is a truly phenomenal gravel event and a real mecca for gravel cycling here in Australia. If you haven't been down to Beechworth for this event, I can't recommend it highly enough. This is an event that really celebrates what gravel is all about. I headed down last year for the 2024 edition. To be honest, I'm really blown away with what Cam and the team at Bridge Road Brewers have developed here in this event. This is not a race. This is a festival of gravel cycling. It is an inclusive event that focuses on delivering a really superior and excellent ride experience for people who make the trip up to Beechworth or down or wherever you're coming from. This is a pilgrimage and a place where you can go and just surround yourself with people who know what it is about gravel that brings them back time and time again. If you want to go and find a group of people who are absolutely in line with your ethos, who understand what it is you love about gravel cycling, grab your mates, get to Beechworth for the Beechworth Granite Classic. Last year we had Cam on the podcast and he gave us a bit of a background about what this event is and what they're trying to deliver here. And after that discussion, I was lucky enough to head up to the event last year in 2024. And yeah, I seriously cannot speak highly enough about what they are doing here. From roadside bands to stunning scenery, they've even got donuts out on course to keep you going. This is something truly unique and truly, truly special. And it's not just about the ride. This is a full weekend of activity. So you've got Friday night beer in the brew house. You head down, get your registration pack, get ready for the big event, have a curry, have a beer at the Bridge Road Brewers, and also get to soak up some really cool handmade bikes with a preview of the upcoming Spoken show. There's also a few new events on this year. They've got a shakedown ride on Friday night, as they always have, but you've also got a bit of a bicycle film festival happening across the weekend, so that's being presented by Crumpler. Tickets look like they're selling pretty fast for that, so if you're heading up to Beechworth, make sure you grab some tickets. It looks like Saturday afternoon showing might be the last spot you've got, so get in quick. Mitch Docker is putting on his Saturday night dinner again. He's got some awesome guests heading down to that. He's got Grace Brown, Samantha Gash, and Olympic gold medalist Mac Horton, who apparently is a newfound gravel cycling enthusiast. So welcome to the community, Mac. And finally, on Sunday, if you're in the mood for another spin, you can head out with Specialized and explore some more of the stunning back roads and gravel around the Beechworth area. So to celebrate the event coming up this weekend, I thought it was finally time to release this episode that I've had in the bank for the whole year now. I recorded some awesome conversations and some coverage from the day last year, but as I've sort of covered a few times, it's been a struggle to find the time to cut it all together and produce this episode. But yeah, with the event coming up this weekend, I thought, this is a great opportunity to reflect back on the experiences I had last year and hopefully set the scene and get people pumped for what they're up for this weekend. And yeah, maybe inspire a few more people to find some time and carve out a trip to Beechworth this weekend for this year's edition of the Beechworth Granite Classic. So we started the event on Friday night, had some great chats to some handmade bike builders there, and then get some coverage from Saturday's big ride. I didn't quite have as many conversations as I was hoping because I had physically quite a challenging day out on the bike. I went in pretty undercooked. I hadn't been training much or riding much in the lead up, and I probably bit off a little bit more than I could chew. I just wanted to soak up as much of the event as I could. So I took on the 115 kilometre extended option. But yeah, in hindsight, that might have not been the smartest decision. And I certainly, as you'll hear in the coverage, I cramped up and it became a bit hard to podcast towards the end. So there is a little bit of a gap there, but hopefully a good bit of coverage for you. Just want to say too, thanks for everybody who gave me the time to have a chat last year. And if you are going back, they've done a quite significant course redesign for this year. So for the 115 kilometre option, 60 kilometres of that is new terrain. And I hear some new private property sections, which is a highlight of this event always. So yeah, even if you've done this event before, wouldn't hurt to go back and experience a little bit more of this amazing gravel that they have up there around Beechworth in the Victorian High Country. So to get you in the mood for 2025 BGC, let's head to Beechworth for coverage of the 2024 Beechworth Granite Classic. All right, we made it to Beechworth, ready for the Beechworth Granite Classic put on by Bridge Road Brewers. Just going to head down to the registration event. We've got Beers in the Brew House, bit of a preview of the upcoming Spoken show, which will be held in Williamstown in a few months' time. But we've got some handmade bike builders, and we'll just go down and check out the vibe, see what's on offer, and get excited for the big ride tomorrow. All right, we're down here at MAP with JK. Excited about the big event tomorrow?
Very excited about the big event. Obviously, being co-sponsor with the event, we're pretty pumped to be here. So, we're just looking forward to a beautiful day and lots of fun.
What does it mean for MAP to be involved with an event like this, and how does MAP see sort of gravel as a market?
I think lots of people are turning to gravel as an alternative to road for many reasons, but just a part of our extension of our range, and gravel's really important to us. So today we're showcasing our current but our new release road range and new technologies, and to partner up with such a great event, it's really important for the brand and just diversifies us as a global cycling company.
Excellent. Yeah, I was chatting with Cameron last week about the whole event, and he sort of mentioned his partnership with you guys, and he highlighted how MAP has really helped sort of Bridge Road Brewers and the event build this, I think he called it mythology. Can you sort of expand on how MAP see that side of things?
I think it really ties in with our lab concept. So our retail stores are called MAP Labs, Life Around Bikes. So it's not just about the cycling community, it's about everything that entwines to that. So you've got cycling, you've got music, you've got, Cam coming from architecture in Helsinki, and which I'm a bit of a fanboy, to be honest with you, so that was a good moment. But yeah, just a whole life around bikes. It's not just about the riding, it's the community and embracing the community and doing rides like tonight. So yeah, super important.
Have I missed a backstory there with Cameron?
Cameron? Yeah, lead singer of architecture in Helsinki.
Oh my gosh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
There you go.
That's a great story. I'll have to follow that one up. He's very modest. He didn't mention that.
No, he doesn't.
I asked him about his backstory.
It was a bit weird because we were driving home last night after having a beer at the brewery, and Nick from marketing said, "Oh, you know that Cam was part of a band in the 90s?" And I said, "Really?" And then there was always something about him. I was going, where do I know this guy from? And I said, it wasn't architecture in Helsinki. And he's like, yeah, yep. And like one of my favourite bands, like we just went to a whole tub of old CDs and we downloaded it all onto Spotify.
I'm going to have to up my research game before I do my next interview because, wow, I've missed an opportunity there. Excellent. Thanks for coming on and sharing the MAP story.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.
All right, over here at Wondercross with Matt. Having a good night?
Yes, pretty good. Had a curry, had a beer, been enjoying the atmosphere.
No, it's a great sort of build-up, isn't it? You riding tomorrow?
Riding the 45. I thought I'd push it did the 10K last year and I'll get to the 45 this year.
Good on you. That's probably where I should have signed up, but we'll see how we go. I'll probably get through 45 and then start having some cramps, so So we'll see how we go. Do you want to tell us a bit about Wondercross?
Yeah, Wondercross, we started as a bike ride. It was like a social bike ride, multi-terrain. We did it with all of our friends. The time came that we wanted to build a bike which matched the ride, so we did that. And yeah, we came up with the Wanderer, which is our first design. Runs some pretty chunky tyres, up to 2.6 inch tyres on this frame. It's been very popular, and yeah, been running since 2020 and been enjoying the journey. Coming out with a second bike, it's an all-road, we're called the Rambler. It's more of a road bike, and yeah, we're looking forward to pushing that out later this year. So yeah, loving it. And Beechworth has been kind to us. We've showed our bikes here for 3 years in a row, so keen for a ride.
Excellent. So you guys had a bit of a fundraiser recently. Can you tell us about that?
We did the bun run, the Wondercross bun run on Good Friday, and we raised funds for Good Cycles, or an employment-based social enterprise. And we planned it all in 10 days and pulled it off, raised $407. Doesn't sound like much, but we're going to double it next year. The year after that, we'll double it again. And yeah, we really want to focus on events that bring community together and raise money for our partner organisations. And we're going to come up with another one later this year. I think it's going to be called the Ruin Rampage, but name yet to be confirmed. But in October, I think.
I think Melbourne's a great place for those sort of mixed terrain rides. Like, we've got a bit of everything, haven't we?
Yeah, got it all. You can get to gravel pretty quick. You can feel like you're in the country, like 5 minutes out of town. And yeah, so we think it's the home of cycling at the moment. We know that Melbourne has a good reputation internationally now, particularly for gravel cycling. So yeah, we're stoked to be here and keen to create more rides for people to come on.
Now, it's exciting to hear a story that's sort of grown from an organic, an organic, genuine sort of place. So I think it's really exciting that you've taken that next step and building some bikes. So good on you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to the beer at the end.
I think we all are. The beer here is very good. Yeah. All right, we're here with Zach from Woods Bicycles. How you going?
Good, thank you.
Having a good night?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, yeah.
It's a good crowd here, isn't it? And how are people finding the bikes?
Oh, yeah, they seem to be enjoying them. The colours and the weird looks of the mountain bike.
Yeah, the mountain bike you've got here is very interesting. It's almost enduro style, is it?
Yes, very enduro, free ride, downhill, whatever you might want to do on it. Yeah, very adjustable. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, well, if you want to go downhill fast, it looks like it might be a rig for you. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about Woods?
Run by my brother and I. Started out in 2017 and just been making steel bikes since. Yeah.
Are they custom geometry, or you just do set size?
Okay. We do a bit of both. It is 90% custom and a few kind of standard sizing frames in the mix as well. Mostly custom though.
And how are you finding sort of gravel as a market? Have you sort of started in mountain bike and branched out to gravel, or started them both at the same time?
Mostly road, and gravel's kind of come along with that. It's very similar in the geometry department and the tube selection, so it kind of goes hand in hand with them, and then the mountain bikes have kind of come along on the side as well.
So a lot of the other guys here are sort of Melbourne based. You're Sydney and Brisbane. Can you sort of share a bit about the scene there in terms of gravel?
Well, so I'm Northern Rivers, so like just near the Queensland border. Not a lot of, I guess, not a big scene, I would say, up there, but with anything cycling, it's forever growing and seems to be getting much more popular. And given the roads around my place, it's definitely a better option than road cycling.
No, very good. And you're riding tomorrow?
Yeah, just the 45k.
Seems like the smart money's on the 45k. I think I've bitten off a bit more than I can chew tomorrow, but
yeah, I'm surprised. I thought a lot more people would be doing the longer rides, but 45k seems to be the chill option.
Yeah, I reckon. Maybe I'll have to find a map for the 45 and change my options at the last minute. Anyway, thanks, Zach. Have a good night and best of luck tomorrow.
No worries, thank you.
All right, we're here at Simpatico with Jeff. Jeff, the second time on the podcast for you, and I've had the opportunity to ride one of your N1s. Beautiful bikes.
Yes, thank you.
What are you here for?
Good question. We've got some bikes here on display. Little preview of the Spoken show. But yeah, we're here to ride the Granite Classic. I haven't done it before, so first time for me.
Are you going to be out on an N1?
I am. Yes, I'm riding the one you rode actually.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's lovely bike. You're about the same size as me, so that makes sense.
5'11". You're maybe a smidge taller than me.
Smidge taller, but Brandon told me very expertly, said the reach was probably, he thought I could probably get away with a 54 even, so yeah.
I've ridden a 54 with a 10mm longer stem, and that works for me as well. And I've ridden a 58 with a short stem, and that feels a bit big, but I can get away with it. But I feel like it's just not right. So I'm usually 54 or 56.
So you were telling me that you got down to the Uncorked Gravel event down at Bendigo a few months ago. This is obviously a bit of a different crowd here.
Yeah, Uncorked was a race, I guess, and everyone pretty much it was pretty hardcore. It was a lot of guys pushing hard, and it's a great event, very different to this, very different vibe. First time I've ridden and led off in the same group. No, you don't lead off. You go, and then the pros come past you at warp speed 9, and it's quite humbling.
Yeah, I think that would probably would have been Connor and Tasman who we've had on the pod before.
Yep.
Great blokes, but yeah, much faster than normal people.
They're built different. Those guys. It's a reality check, right? It's like, but you know. It's good. It's a great experience to be able to do that, right?
I think that's one of the reasons gravel's gotten so big in the States, I think, is people can start on the same start line as these pros and pretty much have the same experience. But
well, yeah, I mean, you go to TDU and you can be within arm's reach of the pros, but it's another thing to be riding in the same event as you, and you lead off a half an hour before you, and you do the maths and think, they are going to come past me at some point, and it's multiple laps, so you know that they're going to lap you.
Right.
And so it's like, it's different in that if you do Dirty Warnie, you know, like you will start on the grid with them and you will see them for the first 30 seconds and you will never see them again till the end. Whereas this is like, you know, they slowly go past you and then the girls go past you. So it's like, you know, see them ripping up.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that actually. It makes it sort of adds to the experience then, having laps, doesn't it?
You know? Yep. So the mere mortals do 2 laps and the pros do 3, and they still finish before you. You know. So
you had any thoughts about trying to get one of those fast guys onto a Simpatico at the top level racing?
I don't think there's an appetite for pro guys to race titanium. You know, like I think they're looking for gram savings and not looking for, you know, a bike that's comfort's not a factor, right? It's all about, well, if it's 500 grams less to ride a carbon bike, I'm going to ride a carbon bike. And if they crack their carbon bike and they're sponsored, what happens?
Yeah, I think having ridden one of your bikes and riding a few titanium bikes now, I think they probably don't know what they're missing out on.
No, but, you know, maybe when they're 40, they'll go, oh, you know, I'm not 20 anymore, I'm not 25 anymore, and maybe comfort becomes something they look for in a bike, and durability as well, you know, like for, you know, maybe a privateer would say, I'm going to go for titanium because, you know, if you were doing lifetime Grand Prix and throwing your bike around, you know, in the back of a van or on a rack and driving all over the country, that maybe becomes a factor.
Yeah, I think that's some of the reasons why I think titanium is a great choice for the average gravel cyclist, right? Like just that durability.
Yeah, totally. It's and you know, most people ride it and go, it feels great. You know, it's so comfortable and it's smoother. And it's like, you know, you can say that, but until you've ridden it, then you go, okay. I mean, if I ask you, now that you have ridden it, and you've ridden some other bikes since, and you've ridden other bikes before, and you had a Canyon, and you've just ridden a Giant, and like, so if you had to put it into words and say, what's the difference in the material?
Compared to alloy, it's definitely a damper feel. Like riding metal bikes, you think they might all be similar, but it's definitely, you don't get that buzz that you get through an alloy frame. And yeah, I think compared to a carbon frame, maybe you don't have that responsiveness under pedaling that you get from that extreme stiffness in the bottom bracket, but on gravel I think that's an advantage almost, because you're not like, yeah, some of those bikes might say they got vertical compliance in them, but I think, you know, riding long, you know, a lot of climbing, a lot of descending, you sort of don't want any of that real stiffness.
The longer the ride, the more frequency becomes a factor. You know, you become more sensitive to the vibrations, to hitting the bumps as you fatigue, and so the longer you tend to ride, and as gravel events in Australia get longer, as they are getting, that will become more of a factor, and people will start looking for more comfort for a longer ride, and it becomes less about that out and out, what is the stiffness at 800 watt sprints, because it's all about how do I feel in the 4th hour, the 5th hour, the 6th hour, and comfort becomes a bigger and bigger factor. And even for a big event like Three Peaks, right? Most guys that ride Three Peaks are not going sub 8 or sub 9, they're going 10, 11 hours in the saddle. And, you know, something that actually soaks up the vibes would actually probably help them finish with less sore hands and less sore back, and, you know, in better nick to push up the back of falls.
No, I totally agree. All right, thanks, Jeff. Best of luck tomorrow. You're going to be riding?
Yep, doing the 115.
Well, you'll see me take the 90 shortcuts. I think I've signed up signed up for the 115,
awesome.
but I think I'm a bit cautious about the level of fitness I'm currently sporting. So
You got
anyway,
little kids, it'll come back, right? So
it'll come back. That's true. Oh, that was what I was going to say before when you're talking about comfort. Like, I think if you look around the room here, and when there's not many spring chickens, you know, this is a crowd of enthusiasts who love riding their bikes and sort of have a bit of time to do it. And I think going fast is not necessarily the case, not necessarily the aim. So I think you're building a bike for the audience here.
yeah, I think it fits great with this. This is a great event. It's listening to your podcast about this event and learning the backstory of it, it's like, yeah, right, that's great. I'm really looking forward to this weekend now, because the whole thing about, it's not just about coming for a ride for 5 hours. If you're going to come all this way, we've got to make it a weekend. And so here we are the night before, having a great time, having a curry, having a chat, talking to people that are into bikes, and then we're going to do the ride, and it's a fun vibe. So, I think that the more events can make it a fun vibe and build that community, the more they're going to succeed. Like that was the thing about the gravel race in Bendigo. It was more of a race scene, and it was a very different vibe. And it was at a winery, and we had some nice food afterwards, and they had a band playing, but it felt very different. What they created here is great.
Yeah, I think this suits my version of gravel for sure.
And me too. I like to go fast, but I'm not a fast rider. But this I think is a nice vibe.
Great, thanks, Jeff, and best of luck tomorrow.
Cheers. You too. Enjoy.
All right, we're here with Jeff at the registration desk. Ready for a big ride tomorrow?
Absolutely. The 90K is on tap, and it's going to be awesome.
So you said you got a place around here. You've ridden around here a bit before.
The riding in Beechworth is amazing. If you haven't been here, you got to get up here. Doesn't matter what the weather's like. It's unbelievable, and tomorrow's courses are amazing.
What's the best bit of the course?
I love the stuff out Mount Pilot, and I'm probably saying it wrong as a Canadian that's transplanted to Australia, but it's trees all around, a few places where it pops out and gives you a nice view. It's fast. If you want to be fast, if you want to be slow, don't worry about it. Just ride around.
Now, I've heard that's the true champagne gravel, that Mount Pilot area.
Absolutely. It's well protected. There's not going to be any wind. It's nice and shaded. So on those hot days, if you're not here right now in the summers, you can still ride the gravel around here. It's amazing.
Can't wait to get out there tomorrow. So you've been manning the registration desk tonight?
It has been packed. I think we have close to 1,000 people that are out here. That they've enjoyed the beers, they've enjoyed the bikes. Yeah, and there's T-shirts available, so they should be all out.
And everyone's getting excited for the ride tomorrow.
Amazingly, yeah. And it's the beauty about gravel is the diversity in the people that I've seen here tonight in terms of all ages. all genders. It's awesome. It is awesome.
I've done a few events before, but I've never done like the night before Rego event. It's just a great way to start the weekend, right? Like you get a sense for the community, you get to meet some people, and I think the best thing about these events is that everyone's, these are like-minded people who just love getting out and exploring on their gravel bikes, and you really get a sense of that here tonight, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few people that are like, where's my race number? And it's like, it's not a race, it's a ride. Just go out there and enjoy it. Look for all the stations that are out there. There's going to be some donuts from the bakery. Don't overload on them. You may not make it up the hill coming back into town, but it's the audience of, the era of what people are doing around here with it is really amazing. So it's, awesome.
No, I'm very excited. You said you're riding the 90 tomorrow?
I'm doing the 90, yeah. It's looking forward to it. So, yeah, nice and easy. Party pace is what I'll call it.
I think I'll definitely be on the party pace train tomorrow. All right, it's getting late here. People are starting to pack up. Better get to bed and have a good night's sleep. And, maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
For sure. Enjoy the ride.
Thanks, Jeff. Cheers. So we're back here with Cam from Bridge Road Brewers. We're just wrapping up here at the registration event. How did it go tonight?
Yeah, it was great turnout. I think we had, I don't know how many people came through, but a lot. It was a long line there for some time to get a curry, to get a rego pack. But yeah, the vibe was high. Everyone is chomping at the bit to get out there tomorrow and ride their bikes.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a great way to start, sort of set the tone and get people talking and loosen up with some great beers. And the food was a real hit.
Yeah, beautiful. The battle of the Sri Lankan chefs.
Very good. All right, well, good work on tonight, and looking forward to tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap from Beers in the Brewhouse. Had a great evening, met some great people, talked bikes, which is what this podcast is all about. So, time to get home, get ready for tomorrow. Got to make a final selection on the bikes, and can't wait to get out and explore this Beechworth gravel, which I've heard so much about tonight. So can't wait. We'll catch up again in the morning. All right, here we are. It's race morning at the Beechworth Granite Classic. 7 o'clock in the morning, bit fresh this morning, but great to be here. All right, we're here at the start with gravel legend Tasman Nankervis. How you going?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Unfortunately couldn't make it over to the Lifetime Grand Prix this year, but this has got to be the next best thing.
Yeah, that's it. If I'm not at Sea Otter, I'd rather be at Beechworth, so it's good to be here. I've done it, I think, 2 years in a row, so yeah.
So this is not a race. Are you gonna go hard, or are you gonna hang at the back?
I'll start off easy, a bit of chit chat, but I've got a racing coming up, so I need a good hit out, so then I'll just go hard just for fun.
Fair enough. And you're doing Mitch's dinner tonight?
Yeah, I got asked to be one of the speakers, so I'll see what comes of that, and it'll be good fun.
So you're riding the new Merida Silex today?
Yeah, that's right. I finished building up on Thursday night, so there's minimal use, but it's the new bike. It's the same one that won Gravel World Championships last year. It's got a bit bigger tyre clearance. It's got 45s in here. It's got the 1x12 speed Shimano, the new GRX. So I've got a 42 up the front to a 1051. I've barely ridden it. Today will be its debut, but so far it's felt pretty fast. It's definitely really smooth. It's kind of definitely has a bit of that touring background feel as well. So I think it's going to be good for the more rowdier gravel courses. Yeah,
a bit different to the Kayas you've come off last year.
Yeah, that's it. I've still got the Kayas, so I might even be alternating between bikes.
Oh, that's the dream. All right. Thanks, Taz. Have a good day.
No, thank you very much.
Factors, Beechworth is a great place to visit, great place to ride. People like beer, and people love riding in autumn. And I guess it's just the natural evolution of all things. I don't know.
Well, this event has really blossomed over the last few years. When I came here for the first time, there was probably about 300 riders. Lucky to get 300. We've got 1,200. What's the secret to the success, and how far do you want this event to grow?
Donuts is probably the secret. I think just a great ride experience is a focus for us. We want to invite people from all levels. So I think that's a big part of what attracts people, is that they feel, they can come no matter where they're at on their riding journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for the first time, please put your hand up. Put your hand up if you've never done this before. Right, there's quite a few people here, Cameron. What can the newbies expect out there today?
Yeah, I'd just like to remind everyone, first and foremost, that today we're riding on Aboriginal land. Always was, always will be. We've had a pretty dry few months here, so the course is a lot more skatey than it usually would be. So especially on the finer stuff, just watch out on the corners, because there's a few off-camber spots and it can get pretty spicy. So have your wits about you, especially when you're in a bunch. Yeah, and just look out for each other. Yeah, have a great time out there, look after each other and enjoy all the vibes, all the aid stations, and yeah, have a great day.
All right, we're about 12 k's into the Beechworth Granite Classic. It's covering some absolutely stunning gravel roads out here. This current section is a little bit of private property, and yeah, you don't get this experience very often. I'm riding through these beautiful fine gravel roads. There's Hereford cows up on the hill, and just across the way we've got the Victorian High Country, so it's absolutely stunning out here. And another group come past. A few k's ago we had a band at the side of the road while people refilled the drink bottles. I think that's a testament to what this event is all about. Really great community out here, really diverse. And yeah, people just having a good time out on their bikes. Just been taking it nice and easy on the descents. I think this section up here is the most technical of the bunch. I can sort of see this section might lull some people into a false sense of security, because it's pretty gentle here at the top. I think it's a bit of a surprise to come. Yeah, you can sort of see that was a tricky section. Off camber, right-hander. Quite loose. Yeah. Pretty cautious rider. Not having much of a sort of long history. I take the descents pretty easy, but yeah, I think riding around the Otways in summer actually prepares you pretty well for this. Something about these gravel events, you do have to be careful. If you are in a group, yeah, just got to watch. Probably best to give each other some room, especially on the descent. Got to make sure I'm keeping up the nutrition here. So taking it pretty gentle. But it's a long day out and I haven't been riding much. Baby at home. 4-year-old to get around in a year 12, so life is pretty hectic. Got to cherish these moments to get out on the bike. Can't really think of a better place to do it than here in Beechworth. Got a little tricky section here, it's a bit rough, a bit loose. Yeah, a little corrugated. I always worry about what people think when I'm talking to myself on these rides. Try and do it when I'm not around a group. Like, you really could. Like, this isn't even the Champagne gravel section. The scenery and the morning sunrise, if this isn't living, like, I don't know. How you going? It's a pretty good day for it, hey? Yeah, it's a bit different to the surf coast. Oh, roots. Oh, so got to contend with that anywhere in Australia, I think. I was coming down a section like this once and just saw a flash in front of my eyes. The tail hit me across the neck. Oh my God. I know, amazing. I stayed upright. I had no idea, I didn't know what had happened until afterwards. It just all happened so quick. Hopefully I got those roos on the GoPro. Good shot. Bit to contend with. This is more. So I had a choice of 2 bikes to bring out today. Had the Cirque 821, real adventure gravel bike, beautiful ride, super compliant, super stable at speed. Will go anywhere that bike. Then I had this one, the Superior X-Road Comp gravel. So it's an all-road bike. It's the same frame that they share with their X-Road Endurance, so you can get it as sort of a endurance road bike spec. So you can sort of imagine it's sort of steep head angle. Does put you through the front of the bike a lot, like a lot of weight on the front wheel. Which is great, except for these little steep kickers, but we'll get through this. And I mean, it does fine. And if you're a better bike handler than me, no worries at all. But Just gotta be cautious. But yeah, I brought this one out because I was really keen to find the limits of this bike. Like, I knew this wasn't a super technical course, so I thought I'd be alright, and yeah, so far so good. Sort of going through a forested section here, sort of classic northeast Victoria, real Ned Kelly country. You can sort of imagine the horses and the campsites in the bush. Somewhere to escape to after robbing your local bank. Sun's shining through the trees. It's sort of 8:30 in the morning now. It's a bit shy at the start line this morning. I didn't put myself out there quite as much as I was hoping, so maybe the rest of us will try and get some thoughts from the participants. All right, we're here at one of the first aid stations. Got some riders. Tell us your name. How's your day going?
Oh yeah, my name's Eugene, and this is my first time doing a gravel. This is the third time I'm on a gravel bike, and I'm loving it.
What are you riding today?
Riding a Canyon. It's actually a mate's one, so I'm unknown about buying a gravel, but I think I'm leaning towards a gravel now versus a mountain bike.
Yeah, the gravel bikes are great. It's so versatile. You can still go fast. How'd you go on those little loose descents there?
They're great. I used to do mountain biking, so look, a little bit sketchy on those descents, especially loose gravel. I'm not used to having the front wheel wash out a little bit because I've been doing a lot of road riding, but no, you get used to it.
Yeah, you just got to take it easy, haven't you?
Yeah, you do.
So where are you riding from? Where have you come from?
Melbourne, but I'm here to hang out with my mates from Singapore, so I've got about 14, 15 of them around here.
Yeah, I saw that group. We'll have to get some of them in. Can you bring some in? I want to hear the story.
I'll drag a couple in. Brenda, come over here. There's a podcast here.
All right, so we've got a big group from Singapore here. That's a big trip. Can you tell us your names? How are you enjoying the Australian gravel?
I'm YC here. My wife, Jing.
Hello. Enjoying it very well. Brenda here. Love the downhill.
Oh, bit of a daredevil.
Love the weather.
Love the weather.
Because Singapore is summer all year round. No, it's very hot.
Yeah, my wife's family's Malaysian, so I spend a bit of time over there, and I haven't noticed much of a gravel riding scene when I've been there. What's the gravel riding scene like in Singapore?
It's non-existent. But in Malaysia, there's a new gravel scene going on. So many of times we will just go over to Malaysia for some gravel events.
Yeah, excellent. So there's an event scene even in Malaysia there?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Oh, excellent. I'll have to check that out next time I'm on a family holiday. So you've just come out specially for this?
Yes, and visit my mate here. Yeah.
No, excellent. Good on you for making the trip. What's it like to travel with your gravel bikes?
It's pretty easy. So we have done it many times. So we do a lot of bike packing trips to like Japan, Korea, all those stuff. So it's pretty easy for us to pack our bikes for the trip. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming, and hope you can spread the word about Australian gravel back in Singapore.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we'll try. Thanks, and maybe we can get a Singaporean contingent following the podcast as well.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Thanks very much, guys.
I'm glad I got in before you.
All right, got some more riders here. Can you tell us your name? How's your day going?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Frank Casson, living in Singapore, but from Ireland.
Oh, excellent. So a bit of diversity. That's great. Yeah. How do you ride around Australian gravel much?
Diversity. Ride around where?
Do you come to Australia to ride gravel much, or this is your first?
My very first gravel ride.
Very first gravel ride.
I'm loving it. Apart from the cataracts and the emphysema.
That's great. And we were just talking about the sketchy descents there. How'd you find that for your first gravel ride?
Pure terrifying. But look, I got my shit together because my wife passed me out. Once you get chicked, you really get motivated.
That's true. I've gone over the handlebars a few times. It's definitely slowed me down. Not here, but yeah, I've had a couple of incidents. So.
Like the learning curve is pretty steep, mate.
Oh, it is. Like I didn't have a history riding bikes or mountain biking or anything. So yeah, when you start riding gravel and you lose your front wheel on some of those corners, it can be a bit scary.
Terrifying. Totally terrifying. Yeah, I'd come back. I borrowed a bike. Actually, I rented a bike, but I don't know nothing about these type of bikes. But next time, I'd definitely go for deeper threads and wider handlebars.
Yeah. What are you on?
This puppy here. What is it?
Just an Avanti Grand Durance.
Yeah, aluminium, stiff as hell.
Yeah, shake you up a bit on some of the corrugations.
Yeah.
You like it, mate.
No, well, have a good day. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, mate. Nice to talk to you.
Had a decision to make back there. 90 versus 115 course. Swung off onto the 115. Not sure how sensible that was. But God, it's a beautiful climb here. Heading across a paddock. Real mixed terrain ride. This is rock gardens. Riding through the paddocks. Huge blue sky. This is like sort of what you imagine Montana, USA. Think about these big open paddocks, as you can see the top of the hill pretty easy. So you know where you're going. Easy to pace your effort. Victorian Alps. Not much snow up there yet, but give it a few months. Great skiing here. Got Falls Creek, Mount Hotham. I'll be back in June. Give that a try. Hang on.
Good. How you going?
Good.
Having fun?
I am. Very good ride, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty glorious.
Good way to spend a day. I think I'll definitely be taking the shortcut next time around. I'm starting to feel it in the legs already. A bit of concern, 40 k's in. Still a long way to go here. I had a little bit of a cramp attack back there. Stopped, got on the scratch, down some bars, made it up the hill. But a bit concerning so far from home. Hopefully the carbs start to kick in soon. So this is where things started to get a bit sketchy for me. So I did push on through this tough little section and yeah, really enjoyed the ride through to the Scratch Labs pit stop where I managed to catch up with a few more of the riders. All right, we're here at the Scratch Labs pit stop. Got some riders here. You having a good day?
Had an excellent day. We're 60 k's in when we wanted to be 70, so we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you're telling me you missed the very clearly signposted long course turn off, which your mates aren't too impressed with.
No, they're pretty shat. And I kind of, and I'm feeling a little bit sheepish myself, but the breweries at the end is in my sights now. So I think the 115k ship has sailed, and we'll take 100 k's and enjoy the beers at the end.
Well, you're already enjoying a couple here at the pit stop. It's not many rides you get to have a mid-ride beer. What do we got?
That's right. We've got a free time, less than 0.5%. It's just a little bit, maybe a taster of what's maybe going to come tonight after we roll in. But these are pretty good. These keep us safe on the ride home. Because no one likes to drink riding. That's not a cool thing. But we'll probably have a few later.
Yeah, I had one of those last night. They're one of the best zero alcohol or low alcohol beers I've ever had. I reckon I'm going to take some of those home.
Yeah, I haven't had one before. I reckon these could get a little run at home actually.
Very good. Well, enjoy the rest of your ride and thanks for coming on.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Cheers.
So yeah, I headed off from the Scratch Lab pit stop, all loaded up on as many carbs as I could stomach, and yeah, things went well for a little while. I had a great ride through the Mount Pilot area, great beautiful champagne gravel through there, and yeah, I managed to harass Mitch Docker for some lollies as he rode past on his Specialized Creo, going up and down the course. So thanks, Mitch. But yeah, these things eventually catch up with you. So I had a few moments jumping off the bike, stretching it out, trying to walk it off. Some real painful cramps. But yeah, I'll definitely be training up for next time. But yeah, managed to get through and record some thoughts as I headed back up the hill into Beechworth for the end of the event. All right, it's been a little while since we checked in. Because I've been battling a bit. Real roller coaster of emotions, these events. God, they're bloody good, but I think that's why they're good, is they put you through this survivor's journey almost. 90 k's in, can't be long to go because there's probably 3 or 4 k's, 5 k's to go. Still got one more climb. I was actually going to pull a pin back there. Just started getting my first little cramps at about 45 k's in, and that was not ideal. And since then it's been management of that, trying to load up on as much carbs and fluids and scratch as I can while still trying to enjoy the scenery. It's legs can burn, but it's still a nice place to ride. On the rail trail into Beechworth, still kicks up a bit. Met some great people out here today. Organisation is phenomenal. Riding is next level. Like, just the variety. Get a bit of everything, like pretty much all gravel, but yeah, private property sections are just, yeah, pretty awesome. We rode through a cattle yard just before, down someone's driveway. Yeah, been a bit of everything, and a lot of corners, and around every corner you sort of get rewarded with another awesome vista. Legs are behaving for now. After pedaling through some pretty nasty cramps back there. The road isn't really kicked up yet, so it's okay. And we made it there eventually. I made it up the hill and yeah, enjoyed the sweeping descent back into town. Collected my beer at the finish line. Got involved in some of the bike games and the festival, which was ongoing throughout the day, and yeah, had a great night out at the Bridge Road Brewery that night. Yeah, just reminiscing on the day, catching up with some new friends, some old friends, and yeah, and just enjoying everything that this event has to offer. And on Sunday morning, headed back into town, tried to catch up with a few people who had also enjoyed the day before and see how they pulled up. So yeah, after the ride yesterday, I caught up with the family, had a great pie at the Beechworth Bakery, had a beautiful beer from the brewery they give you as you cross the line. Great way to finish a big ride. There's great vibes down there at the finish line. Running some great sort of bike events, bike games as well for the kids. So an ongoing celebration of bike culture and gravel culture, which is what this event is really all about. Headed out for dinner last night with the family at the Beach Road Brewers. I ate a lot. I don't think I've ever eaten so much for dinner. Beautiful pizzas. Beautiful Wagyu brisket. Can highly recommend that one with some delicious pickled kimchi. So if you're in town, head down to the brewery and pick up some food. They do great food as well as great beer. Had a pint of Life in the Peloton. Was just a really great way to cap off what was a really excellent day. You can just tell what a bike friendly town this is. You know, it's Sunday morning now. The gravel event's come and gone, but there's still, plenty of gravel riders hanging around, but plenty of road riders as well, and a really strong rail trail scene as well. We caught up with a family at dinner last night who never heard of gravel cycling, but they were here on a bike trip with the kids, and they were gonna head here from Beechworth and do the rail trail over to Bright, and they'd come all the way from Sydney just to do that. So yeah, something for every type of cyclist here in Beechworth. Can you tell us your name and how you enjoyed the ride yesterday?
Jeremy Lowe's from Sydney. There's a group of about 15 of us here from Sydney, male and female, but 50-50. We had a great day yesterday. Great course, all kinds of terrain, and wonderful entertainment along the way. A real experience. Annual event from now on.
Yeah, they definitely do well putting on that, or giving that rider experience that you don't get at a lot of other events, don't they?
Yeah, it's a real point of difference. Yeah, lovely.
And the terrain, as you said, like every corner you run around, you got a new vista of beautiful Beechworth.
We did, and the full gambit of surfaces, road surfaces. Everything from champagne gravel to gnarly stuff.
Yeah, some of it was a bit loose, but most of it is...
Most of it's very good.
Most of it's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm 72, and I could handle it okay, so anyone can handle it.
And you ride a bit of gravel?
Yes, we'll do both. But about 25% of the riding is gravel, yep.
From Sydney, you probably have to travel a little bit to find the right sort of gravel?
Yeah, good insight. That's the one downside for us. We have to travel for a couple of hours to get some decent stuff. Most of us, anyway.
No, excellent. As you said, you'll be back next year. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. So that's a wrap of our coverage from the 2024 Beechworth Granite Classic. Hopefully that's put you in the mood for the big event this weekend if you're heading down to Beechworth. Share this one with your friends and all get pumped for the experience you're about to have out on the gravel around Beechworth this Saturday. If you haven't managed to get there this year, then definitely put it in the diary. It's got to be on your bucket list if you're a gravel cyclist. As you heard in there, we've got people coming from all over the world to enjoy this event. So yeah, it's here in our backyard. Make sure you get involved at some point. To everyone who stopped and had a chat to me on the day, really appreciate it. It's a great vibe out on course. Everyone's sort of supporting and helping each other and just enjoying gravel and gravel bikes. And finally, to Cam and the team at Bridge Road Brewers, thanks for having me. Thanks for putting me up. And thanks for putting on what is really a great event and really supporting and growing the gravel scene here in Australia. And this is the sort of thing that gets people absolutely stoked to get out and ride their bike. So, really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for gravel. And if we can get around you and support you, head up to Beechworth, head to the Bridge Road Brewers, and you can pick up their beers all over the country as well. Thanks everyone. That's a wrap from the Beechworth Granite Classic. To everyone heading there this weekend, have an absolutely amazing time, and I'll definitely be back at some point in the future. If you've made it this far and you're new to the podcast, please give us a follow on Instagram. You can contact us at the Gravel Cycling Podcast at gmail.com. Just direct message me on Instagram. I'll get back to you. Things have been a little quiet around here recently, but looking at trying to make some changes to make it a bit more sustainable to keep getting episodes out, because I'm keen to keep this rolling and keep it going, and your support and your listenership and your support in sharing this with your friends who love gravel as well, then that all goes a long way to making sure that we can keep this show on the road. So that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in to the Gravel Cycling Australia podcast.